Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is a paid request from Julie. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. It could be a topic, reaction, a commentary, a review, a re-review, a video game playthrough, a video game let's try, something random, whatever the case may be. Again, PayPal is usually the best bet, or the Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. So I know a lot of self-promotion, but again, the topic at hand, Julie wanted me to review the first Creed album, called My Own Prison. Now, before I start with the songs, which is about 11 songs to talk about, I've always liked Creed. Always have. Never was ashamed of it. I know nowadays it's kind of popular to rag on the band, make fun of the band. How could you like this? It's not cool to like Creed. I don't care. I've always liked Creed. I always will. They are one of my favorite bands. I grew up with them. This album came out in 1997. I was 14 years old when that happened. And considering they only made a couple albums, 3 in their heyday, they might have made 1 or 2 more after that. So not a lot, but a lot of songs. I'm thinking of the ones later on, like My Sacrifice, With Arms Wide Open, Higher. And there's a lot of good songs in this as well. What's This Life For? One, My Own Prison, etc. I like their Scott Stapp. I think it's a wonderful singer. Yeah, there are elements that remind you of stuff like... What would be the closest? Pearl Jam, among other bands. I don't mind that sound. I grew with that sound. I grew with that time period. I think that the guitarist and the drummer do a great job showcasing their efforts and their talents, along with Scott Stapp. I know that Scott went through some issues and personal demons, but things seem to be shaping up to be the better because now they're back and they're touring again. Who knows if that'll result in another album? That would be cool. I even like Scott Stapp's I remember one solo album he did. I remember enjoying that. So yeah, I never thought Creed was bad. I think that's bullshit. I think it's a bunch of horse putty and BS. Always enjoy the band. Always been one of my favorites. Always will be one of my favorites. I just still get a lot of good emotional palette with a lot of their songs. And the reason I'm going to have the headphones is I don't talk through each song, but I kind of want to remind myself a bit of each song just to be more fresh in my mind. Just the way my mind is nowadays as they're getting older. I can't remember everything in detail, so... The first song is Torn, which I remember having a heavier feel to it, some great guitar and voice work, and let me see this element here. Peace is dead in my soul. I have blamed the reasons. I have it written down. I still can't do the shit. Yeah, there you go. There we go. The peace is dead in my soul. I have blamed for my portions poor. Again, that rhythm, it really, how do I put it verbally? Has a nice, good rhythm to it. And Scott Stapp's voice work really works well with the combination of the instruments. Torn, I'm filthy. I'm filthy. Born in my own prison, in my own misery. I have it written down. I can't even read for shit because of my chicken scratches. Oh, don't be. I love that build up. He really knows how to elongate those syllables. Didn't see any stuttering or stammering of it. And it really gets that energy head bopping. You know, the peace is dead in my soul. I have blamed the reasons for my intentions. Poor. Like that, I would say is a really good song, despite my absolutely dog shit reading and singing. Ode, that's another one I like. One step on your own, and one will walk all over me. One just has a great rhythm to it as well. Has a bit of a lower tempo in Scott Stapp's voice. One light to the blind, and they see. One touch of the head, we believe. To me, it was like a nice progression from the stuff Pearl Jam was doing, and even Scott Stapp, his voice actor, I just stand a little bit more than the guy on Pearl Jam. His voice actor, I just stand out a little bit more clearer. I like Pearl Jam, but this one, even the lower tempo voice, Scott's voice really showcases his talent. My Own Prison, that's one of my favorites. I keep repeating, they have like great rhythms to a lot of their songs. Ver. Dun 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 dun. Started today, just my own sin. Do, 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 do. So cold and pale, the taste made of steel. Please fill the room alone. I drop and kneel. And say, oh, so I held my head up high, hiding that burns inside, which feels their fish pride. Burn up, burn, oh. They do lighter fairly well. They've been there on a Sunday morning, banging my head. Time for morning, ain't got no time. But I say, oh. I love the chorus, so I held my head up high, hiding hate that burns inside, which only fuels their selfish pride. I love that. Should have been there on a Sunday morning. People are like, well, you're not getting the detail why you like it. With me and songs, it's simple. They either sound good or they sound like shit. And I mean, Creed always sounded good to me. I think Scott has the right voice. I liked a lot of the rhythm of their songs. They really get my emotional palette going. Like I repeated more and more again. There's going to be more repeated throughout it. I think their songs kick ass. My Own Prison and What's This Life For are my two favorites. I do like Torn. Ode was pretty decent. Again, My Own Prison is definitely one of my favorites on this album. Pity for a Dime, that one I wasn't big on, to be fair. For me, that one didn't do much for me. Semi Pity for a Dime, just one dime. Scott Stapp's voice really reigns supreme on it. Something about the rhythm of this one just wasn't big on. But I wouldn't say it's bad. It's a rhythm that didn't really have much of a hummable vocation to it for me, unlike the other ones. Ba-na-na-na, da-da-da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Or ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, like Torn. Pay for a Dime, I just wasn't big on. In America is interesting though, because you look at the lyrics, some of this is actually very stands up at today's age. And I don't think this song I had heard before. 'Cause I remember hearing the greatest hits albums, but like the greatest hits that was on the radio, but I didn't hear every single song they did. But this one, guitar and drums would work well on this as well. I like the chorus. Only in America, in America. And some of these lyrics actually fit very well in today's age. You know, in this world, sexuality is a democracy. Right? I don't know who to believe in America. Right? See, I'm just listening. My head's already bopping. You know, what is right or wrong? I don't know who to believe in. My soul sings a defiant song in America. Just some of the lyrics like sexuality is a democracy, which apparently it is nowadays. I mean, you think you're, you know, maybe they mean it a different way, but it's like, is really that much of a democracy? I guess, I mean, people do pick and choose what sexual they want to be, so yeah, I guess it is. This is 97. That's much more apparent nowadays. I think the thing with Creed is that so many times people just lead to them thinking they're a religious band or a Christian band. Now, there are times they do sing about religious stuff or Christianity type of stuff, but they weren't specifically a Christian band, as people just label them as such. Just some of their more popular songs invoke that feeling to it, where they forget that they had harder songs like In America that has this rougher edge to it. And it still bangs, it still works, still great. And Illusion. This has a really nice deep bass to it. Again, another, I keep repeating the nice great rhythm. Should I stay or go? Should I sleep or stay away? I'm happy or is it just an illusion? The other lyric was, am I happy or is it all just an illusion? Yeah, this is another one that has a bit of a harder edge in terms of the music. Should I stay or go? Should I sleep or stay away? Am I happy or is it all just an illusion? Unforgiven, that was okay. I do like the guitar work in that. They did some really nice riffs in there. That one, I mean, it's not my favorite. It's probably My second least favorite. No, my third least favorite. Don't hate it. Definitely prefer Metallica's Unforgiven or Unforgiven 2. But I can't say I was big on that. Sister, that one reminded me the most of Pearl Jam. I don't know why. But that was a pretty decent one. But that, again, that reminded me the most of Pearl Jam. Was His Life for maybe my favorite on the album? Of course, I first heard that at the end of Halloween H2O. The heavy bass guitar work. Plus, I'm also doing it just to hear the songs again, just because I enjoy it that much. I like the slow build up with the guitar. Nice, simple. Pray for a child that makes it through the way, because the answer lies in you. Say the rest before they've known just what to do. Tell the thought because something they're fine. What is life for? What is life for? What is life for? Let me not butcher the song even more so. By a lot, I'm going to do more. Yeah. Let's see. I see your soul is kinda gray. You see my heart, you look away. Don't have. What's this life for? Oh. Again, just people didn't knock it all I want. They have a great. Scott has a beautiful, fantastic voice to it. I just love the vibe of the music. Don't have to stare at the store. And the lyrics work well. I mean, when you listen to them, they're pretty beautiful. 'Cause we all live under the rain. Have you heard of the one team? Do you hear any more? Don't have to sell no goddamn door. But that's also what led people into thinking they're just a Christian band. Because you're talking about under the reign of one king. Sounds a lot like God to me. But it's pretty much, hey, this life is short. Live it as much as you can, as much as you're able and capable of. Don't waste your life. And so I think also a lot of the songs at times to be, not all, but a lot of them can be pretty uplifting too. Sort of feel good music in a way. Again, What's His Life for, Higher, all those songs. So it works well for get that emotions pumping through your heart. And one, I remember that being pretty decent. And that's another one that the lyrics worked very well today. Society blind by color. Why hold down one to raise another? Discriminate now on both sides. World heading for mutiny when all we want is unity. One, oh, one. The only way is one. I mean, those lyrics fit perfectly today because it's true. Racism is bad on all sides. Racism is bad to people who are black, people who are Asian, It's horrible. But it's horrible on the other side as well. The instrumental has a nice feel to it. Society. Society blind by color. Then why hold down one to raise up another? Discrimination now on both sides. Seeds of hate blossom further. The world is headed for mutiny when all we want is unity. We may rise and fall, but in the end, we'll meet our fate together. One, oh, one. The only way is one. One, oh, one. The only way is one. I feel angry, I feel helpless. I want to change the world. I feel violent, I feel alone. Don't try to change my mind. I mean, like I said, a lot of those lyrics fit well in today's age. With how people think, how people get afraid, how people get mad, how people get upset, how people get pissed off what's going on in the world, how, again, why do we bring one down to raise one up? I mean, that's happened in movies today. Why we say, well, this is bad, or, too many white people, all this stuff. Why are we bringing down one race to bring up another race? If we're all equal, we're all one. The only way we could get through to the next century alive is being a unity of one. Makes sense to me, but and nice catchy. And I don't think this is a song I had heard back in the day either. The ones I had heard was the ones that became more popular as singles. What's His Life For, which is my favorite on the album. My Own Prison. So as you to attest to in the past 20 minutes, I can't sing for shit. Camels hump with better rhythm than I can. I don't know how to review music because I just said the same thing like 18 damn times. With me, with music, it's not that complicated either. I've never been a musician. I don't know much about the musical instruments and how it all plays out. I just know that Creed was never a bad band. I think they're a great example of grunge being very effective. I think Scott Stapp has a fantastic voice. I think they have a lot of catchy songs. It was great to listen to this again. And a lot of times pop my head to the rhythms of the beat of a lot of these songs. I think the drum work and guitar work are underrated and don't get as appreciated as much as they should. All these songs, I mean, I would say the song I didn't like was the number 11 one, Bound and Tied, which like some albums just have the first 10, but if you get like something special, you get the 11th song. That one I didn't care for. I was fine with just the first 10 songs. And even though those first 10 songs, really the only ones I'm like on was Pity for a Dime, Unforgiven, and Sister. Even some of them I say was pretty decent. What's His Life For is my favorite. Then My Own Prison. Then I would say Torn. No. Tone or old, one of those. And then the other. Can't tell which. I'll go with What's His Life For, My Own Prison, One, Torn, In America, Ode, Illusion. Illusion I really like too as well. So that might be a bit higher. See, it's hard to pick because there's a lot of songs I liked. It wasn't like, oh my god, I hate all this shit. Most of it, I mean, it was such great pleasure to listen to this again. And I mean, when you listen to this album, you tell me why Creed supposedly sucks. Maybe you suck. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it. But And I know it would get even better, like the Human Clay and Weathered. I remember enjoying those albums very much. Yeah, I know it's fun to make fun of but like I said, I was never on that bandwagon. If you sincerely don't like them, to each their own. Like I said, I never understood the hate they got. Never understood it. I think a lot of their songs are very catchy. Some of the lyrics are fairly deep and is very prominent in today's age. Again, I think Scott's voice is fantastic. I'm glad they're back together. Wish them luck on their tour. Hopefully, we'll get a new album. That'd be nice to see. Probably won't happen, but it'd be nice. But other than that, yeah. Thanks to Julie for letting me be able to listen to this album again after so long. So thank you. Sorry for the shit scene. I'm sure I killed a bunch of eardrums and brain cells, but that's what I'm here for. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye bye.